fuck? What do I do? Oh. Yeah, so YouTube has forced me to use its new live streaming tool, which just doesn't work. So that's fucking excellent. So I can't actually see what's going on with this stream right now. I'm just trying to like figure it out. Absolutely useless. Like, why do they keep changing things? Like the things they have are already broken. So rather than fix them, they just make a secondary tool that's also broken and then just force you to use that instead. It's just like, fuck, Jesus Christ. I need you guys to kind of give me a heads up on like the audio levels and stuff as usual. Like, can you hear me okay? I've already seen a few people not like my music choice, so that's great. Put Beautiful Star on. To be fair, like, if you don't like this music, audio seems fine. Wait, should I just, if I turn that up a bit and I turn me up a bit. You're very quiet. Okay, alright, cool. So if I put this up, and then maybe if I point the microphone actually at my face, that might help. Oh. God damn. I think this mic has its own volume control as well. Oh wow, sorry, that was pretty loud. It just went into the red. Right. What about now? Is that okay? Crisp, much better. But yeah, hey everyone, how's it going? I just thought I hadn't done a stream for a little while. I got some images I need to... Hello Silo. I got some images that I need to actually turn into something. So I'm drawing some astronauts. With one's a particularly cheeky chap down here. Oh fuck. So I'm using, also, just so you know, I'm using Photoshop 2020, which is currently pissing me off. But yeah, I'll get the hang of it soon. They've just made some like slight tweaks to some of the tools and some of the like quick selection things, and it keeps making me go wrong, so that's a lot of fun. This drawing looks great at the moment. I'm sure you'll all really like that one. Got a bit of a tear here. So these are all just like sketch. I'm drawing the set for my next video, which is going to be video game themed. So I'm drawing myself like a little video game themed room. Little arcade cabinet, Pokeball, legendary kind of mount. That's going to be a famous sword. I haven't decided which one yet. Most likely Link's sword from Zelda Breath of the Wild, but we'll see. Got a little NES table. This little couch is going to be like a Switch themed couch. Going to do some like PlayStation wallpaper. Basically just like a big amalgamation of all things gaming. Oh shit, thanks for the super chat, Culty. Stick this towards a dual core processor, you absolute bender. Yeah, thanks Auntie B. To be fair, yeah, I think with all the bits that I'm buying, I'm going to wait and buy my CPU last, and hopefully save up as much as I can for that to get the best one I can. I've already got, thanks to Vinyl, Vinyl's in the chat. Vinyl was very, 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 very kind, and helped me out by buying a GPU for my new rig, which is infinitely kind, and I'm very fortunate to have people looking out for me. So I've got that. I've got the case that I need. I also bought the power supply that I need, but then I've got a list that I've put together. So I've already chosen all the parts I need. It's just a matter of like slowly earning the money and then getting the bits one by one, and then I'm hoping to try and construct the whole thing before Christmas, but we'll see how that goes, because I can always just kind of, ideally I'd want to do it as soon as possible, because this MacBook that I'm currently sat on is coming up to its 6th birthday now, I think, and it sounds like a jet engine that's about to fly and take my face with it. But bless this little thing. Like, it's done me well. All the work I've done, literally for the past like 6 years, all the like corporate stuff and the stuff for the channel has all been on this little bad boy. So it served us well. If any of you have any non-irritating I think with my MacBook I will be keeping it as like a secondary thing, because obviously, wait, whose birthday is it? Oh wow, the super chat from Christy, thank you so much. $1 for my favourite pizza. Yeah, that's actually such a massive compliment, because pizza's actually awesome, so... Oh, fucking hell, and vinyl as well. Is your wish list updated so I know what to buy? Yeah, I all of the stuff... Wait, sorry, I need to do these in order, I'm absolutely awful, sorry. But yeah, I was saying just about Christy. Yeah, pizza's awesome. Like, all pizza's really good. So to be your favourite one, that's actually quite special. That's actually quite special. I appreciate that. That's very kind. But yeah, regarding my wish list, it is up to date. Apart from the CPU, I think I'm gonna try and get a better one. But like I said, I'll try and get that last. But I don't really know what to do. Just in terms of having a PC, because I've been a heathen of a Mac user now for like 10 years. I've not had a PC since my family PC when I was like living back at home, so I'm really not up to date on how to avoid bricking it in terms of like antivirus software and that sort of thing. I just don't have a clue, because Macs are just such hand-holding little bastards and you can't do anything on them, but then it also means you can't get any particularly malicious viruses or anything that I'm aware of anyway. So yeah, I don't want to go to the effort of actually building my own PC, put it all together, and then just immediately fuck it up by not knowing how to conduct myself. I should probably do some drawing actually, but I'm just fucking chatting shit. Wait, I'll just bring the chat up on my phone so that I can actually see. Because once I've got my PC set up, hopefully I'll have 2 monitors instead of one tiny little one. So I can multitask for once in my damn life. How do I watch my own stream? Cool. Homeless Movie says, "Hey, Cynic's Next. It's not much, but I'm sending what I can for you, my friend." I really appreciate that. That's really very, very kind of you. It's very kind of all of you, and all you guys in the chat who are just here to hang out with me for a little bit. I appreciate all of you very much. And I'm probably going to need some tips and advice on these drawings. So there he is. Dead. Absolutely dead channel. Yeah, I imagine most of you saw my episode that I had yesterday regarding the whole copper thing. It's very concerning and frustrating, and I did unlist the video briefly last night when I went to bed. So I'm really in two minds about it. I don't know what to think. Everything I read just immediately contradicts the last thing I've read. There's so many people who think that, like, oh, it's the end of times, all these channels are going to die, all this stuff's going to go wrong, you're going to get sued, and then other people are like, yeah, it doesn't matter, nothing's going to happen. And it's like, why isn't there just this like middle ground that makes sense? Why is it always just two extremes? Like, what? Surely something's going to happen. But what? And to who? I think it's the most important thing. It's like, technically, see, what have they done? What have they fucking done to my Photoshop? Like, right click. This is bullshit. Why have they changed it? Right click used to bring up your brush size. And now it just brings up the fucking this menu. No. No. Fuck. That's just like Photoshop's just ruined. That one piece of functionality that I use pretty much every 2 seconds now doesn't exist. Thanks. Is it because I've done something with artboards? Yeah, this is all in an artboard. That's not what I wanted to happen. All this shit needs to not be in an artboard. Fuck off. Go above. Right. So now... Oh no. It's not working anymore. Gamers. This is it. This is forget copper, this is the end of Cynic Snacks. Fucking Jesus Christ. Who... Right. Get Adobe on the phone. Whose decision was this? This is such a fucking stupid thing to do. Why? Why? How the Well, this is fucking frustrating. Right. And as usual, I don't have anything set up. I don't even have like a placeholder graphic that I can put in on the stream. Wait a sec. Yeah, right. You can all look at this for a minute while while I try and fix this problem. Fuck's sake. Only the highest tier quality content here on the Cynic Snacks YouTube channel. Fuck's sake. Right. Yes, fuck off Photoshop. Right. Now I need to remember where I saved things. I haven't done, because I normally it's just absolute chaos, and then once in a blue moon I'll go through all my files and arrange everything neatly and label everything and delete all of the excess stuff that I don't need, but I haven't done that for at least 2 of my videos, and then God knows how many of James's videos I've worked on in the meantime. Oh no, something has changed in my preferences for sure. This is even happening in the 2019 version. Like, what's going on? Pen settings. Fucking... Fuck. Is it a middle click? No, you absolute bastard. like... I don't understand why it's doing that. Preferences. What if I just reset preferences? Okay. Sorry about this, dudes. It's just like a very key thing that I need to happen just isn't happening anymore, and I have very little clue as to why. Fucking... Right click and scroll. Yeah, fine. Open with... Let's try Photoshop 2015. Let's travel back in time to the year 2015 to see if... For fuck's sake. Oh my lord. New. Just new. Yeah, I think it's because I was using an artboard. For some reason, because I've added an artboard into my project. So if I absolutely fuck that off. Oh. See, I was trying to be fancy. I can actually add this into the stream again now. Oh, fuck's sake. Window capture. Photoshop. You. Okay. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. So yeah, the stream will actually start in a minute. What a fucking palaver. Right. Done. There it is. Right. Now we can sort this shit out. Right, canvas size. So yeah, I was trying to use an artboard because I've seen other people do it. And I thought, you know, it might be a worthwhile venture. But no, alas, it was an absolute waste of time. Might try and find some music quick that doesn't have any vocal, because it's probably quite distracting. What can we get? Video game soundtracks, hit me. Something kind of chill. There we go. Oh, what a tune. What an absolute banger. Okay, so we got, we're just going to catch up quick. Got a super chat from Archangel saying, hope this helps, Pizza Man. It definitely will. That's going to, I think the next thing I'm going to try and get will probably be RAM. Need quite a lot. I think probably going to try and go for like 32 gig, just because I'm going to be like, I tend to run a lot of programs simultaneously. I love to make my life way more difficult, but I'm always kind of like flicking back between Photoshop and Illustrator and Premiere and After Effects, and now also maybe Cinema 4D. I've been learning to do a bit of like 3D modeling. It's like it would just be really useful to do some 3D elements every now and then. Like I wouldn't make my entire channel 3D because I think as a look, unless you're amazing at it, it looks kind of cheesy, like kind of a bit trashy. But every now and then, if I to do like a, I don't know, like a close-up of a particular object with like some good lighting, and I'd even consideed because eventually, maybe even in my last video of this year, I'm going to start introducing a bit more of like a lore element to my videos, because there is like a kind of an overarching story idea that I have that I'd quite like to include in my videos, and I think it would just make it a bit more engaging for the like more long-time viewers of you all who actually, you know, watch my videos regularly. I say I only post every fucking year, but I don't know, just I think it's something that I'd really want to do, and I want to introduce more kind of characters, and I feel like that's the way to go. But it will involve introducing loads of different styles, because obviously I've got kind of like the straightforward traditional type animation, well, it's more kind of like flash type animation that I currently do, but I'd really like to get into other mediums. Those of you who are on my Discord may have seen a little puppet that I made. I actually bought a bunch of fabrics and sewed a little pizza guide puppet that I wanted to use for a particular episode. And I think rather than just like flicking between all these different mediums ad hoc without any kind of explanation, I thought it would be kind of cool to introduce more of a running narrative through my videos. And then that way it could kind of, not really, but it could kind of make sense. Oh yeah, I've already decided, just in case anyone, I used to do posters in the background of my videos that were famous movie posters, but I do a kind of like a spin on them and make them food related in one way or another. So this, of course, is going to be Streets of Sage 2 with some like fucking plants all over it. I'll get around to that eventually. But yeah, I wanted to kind of do a little nod to some of my most treasured gaming things. Just like little objects in and around the room. Like a little Pokeball. Wait, what brush size am I on? 9. Okay. Yeah, so, and please excuse how OCD I get about my line drawing, but the tablet I have is a bit gammy, and it likes to just throw in random kinks, even when I'm drawing a completely fine shape. In reality, it just kind of likes to throw just random kinks into my drawings, which is good. Really helps with the speed of my video process. Oh, for fuck. Oh, that'll do for now. I'll redraw it again in a minute. That's kind of like a lot of what I do is I sketch out what's in my head roughly, flick that down to kind of not a solid, just kind of like a transparent colour, and then redraw it, and then kind of position everything how I want it and scale everything how I want it, and then redraw it, and then redraw it, and just keep redrawing it until I get so sick of doing it. That's round enough, isn't it? Yeah, that'll do. It's one of the things that I probably mentioned it before, so sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'm such a boomer. But one of the things my art teacher at school tried to drill into us was like drawing good circles. So we used to just sit for a whole lesson, like an hour, and just draw circles over and over and over and over and over and over, to try and get into the nature of like drawing freehand arcs. And like, you know, it kind of paid off a little bit, I guess. Not that this tablet's trying to help me. It's a little Pokeball down there. Might as well try and get this stupid chair in. Actually, it's on a bit of an angle. So I need to turn the brightness up on my little phone screen. I can't actually see the chat that well. There we go. What parts does Snack want? Everything. Every part that you need for a computer to work. No, I've got a GPU thanks to Vinyl. Bless his kind soul. I've got a case that arrived the other day. That was I did a commission for a Fairy Joker, one of my other subs, and then I could afford a case because it's just like I'm obviously like working. I earn nothing from my channel. Like I've got a Patreon that some people contribute to, but the money from that kind of goes to making my videos. I've spent quite a lot on this next one, the one that I'm drawing for now. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I go through a lot of movies, and like they don't all get like a lot of attention, you know, it's just a kind of the odd clip here and there, but I'm kind of tackling an entire genre. And so right in front of me now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's about 21, I think, movies that I'm gonna probably smash to bits and set on fire. I haven't quite planned exactly what I'm gonna do yet. But basically I spend most of my Patreon money on DVDs and household tools to dismantle them with. So to kind of pay rent and bills and stuff, I edit video stuff for other channels. Like I've done some animated things in the past with Mauler. I just done, well, it was a little while ago now, I've done some animation for Nerd City, which will be on a video of his that's coming out in the future. Don't really know when, but hopefully soon. I'm excited to see the whole thing because I've not actually seen the other parts of the video yet, and it's on a topic that I'm particularly interested in. I'm excited to see what he's uncovered and what he talks about. I love his videos. They're great. They're some of the best videos on YouTube. I'm sure you're all familiar with him. He's one of my personal favourite channels, so to actually be able to kind of work with him and make something has been fucking pretty awesome. And he's a really, really nice guy, which helps, obvs. Him and Ask the Devil, who's his kind of, I want to say sidekick, but that I feel like we're not giving him enough credit. His partner. Yeah, they're really nice guys. Very fortunate to have been made their acquaintance online. Oliver something, are you ever going to review not shitty movies? Probably. I'm not going to say no. I think I kind of, those armrests are so fucked, like they're so completely different. Why didn't anyone tell me? No, get out of here. Right, I'm gonna do a little cheat. Sorry, guys. So I do want to. I would like to. However, I really struggle. I think that's the right word. I really struggle to write humorously and in an entertaining way about something that I enjoy, because just being positive about things just isn't really funny. I'm not, unless you're like Gus Johnson, I'm not a particularly wholesome person, and so I struggle to find humour without negativity. And so I would like to do kind of, some sort of like serious, perhaps, reviews. Like I did a more kind of like serious video about the Joker movie. Some of you may have seen that. I've since unlisted it, just because I feel like, again, like I just don't feel it's like a good reflection of the tone that I'm trying to cultivate. Because whilst I am mostly negative about these garbage movies, I kind of want to do it in a light-hearted way that you can kind of derive some enjoyment from them and pick fun at them but have fun, that's the kind of tone that I want. And so there's a good chance I'll see a movie at some point in the future and I'll be struck by it and I'll feel compelled to tell people how great it is, but I really feel like that would just end up being a one-off, because once I've explained why a movie's good, I feel like it's done, Whereas there's so many different ways that movies can suck, and there's so many different things that you can pick up on to laugh at. I think I've got these the right way around for the Switch. This is a Switch sofa, by the way, in case you were wondering. Cynical reviews. Dude, is your PayPal working yet? Yes, I've managed to actually finally get them to release me. They'd blocked it for ages and I just had like no money, which was nice. Because when I created my PayPal, I just made it under a pseudonym because I didn't realise it mattered. And then when I received a payment, they wanted me to prove with documentation that my name was Cynic Snacks. Spoiler alert, that's not my real name. And so I couldn't, and they wouldn't let me change it. I couldn't provide any proof that that was my name, because it's just not my name. Yeah. Sorry, one sec. I'm just. Pop. Yeah. Snacks, you're like super nice though. Am I? You have a wholesome laugh, I'll give you that. I feel I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. So I just feel like, although I'm having a bit of fun, I am kind of making a career of kind of shitting on people. And like, because their films are bad, but it kind of, I feel a little bit hypocritical, because I've only ever made like short films in like college and university, and they weren't good. Like technically they were okay, like I framed stuff nicely, and I made sure that the sound recording was adequate, and I didn't try and reach beyond my capabilities in terms of editing and special effects and that sort of thing. I always kept it very grounded and did things that I was capable of. I didn't really take many risks, and so I'm not coming from a position of expertise like, oh, I could do this, because I don't. I'd struggle, I think, to make some of the movies that I've ripped on. So you have to kind of just suppress that thought and forget about it, because yeah. Some things were meant to shit on, and you don't go for personal attacks at the makers, as far as I know, at least. No, I definitely have. Who was is it Marlene McCohen, the woman who directed, produced, wrote and starred in Interstellar Wars, I think it was. I said that she attended the Tommy Wiseau School of Ineptitude. I guess that's kind of me. Like, I've never really, like, I don't think I've really picked on someone's, like, appearance or any aspect of their kind of personal life or anything like that. I never really make it personal. I just kind of make it about their shortcomings in terms of what they try and do in movies. But still, there is, like, you do feel a little bit like, because I don't know how I'd handle it. You know, if someone took one of my videos and was like, ha, look at this is shit. He really fucked the colours up here, and then this line work's disgusting, and this is really inconsistent. You know, because, like, I'm not perfect. My videos are so flawed. Like, as soon as I've given up and I'm like, right, I need to stop working on this now, I watch it back and I'm like, fuck, there's still so many things that I could do to try and fix it. Especially with, like, audio and stuff. Like, I'm getting better. I've recently got Skillshare. Not an ad, by the way. I'm not sponsored by anything. Just make this clear. Hashtag no ad. But I recently got Skillshare because I think it was Nerd City. He did a sponsorship, and they were giving away 2 free months to anyone with his link. So I signed up, and I've been on there learning just sort of like basic audio editing techniques, like the kind of foundation of sound design and how it all works. And so I think you might have noticed a recent uptick in the sound quality of my voiceover, and it's a bit more consistent, because with my current setup it's still a little bit ropey, a little bit DIY, if you like, in that I don't have a fixed location still, really. I mean, I've got a desk now that I normally sit at, but to record voiceover, I either sit where I am right now, or sometimes I go into the middle of the lounge and do it there, just because being in the centre of the room, you get a kind of reduced echo, and it just makes for a better VO recording. And but it means it's inconsistent, because right now where I am at the desk, it's kind of in this little alcove. And so you get a lot of echo coming back, so you can tell there's a different timbre in the VO depending on where I'm sat and which room I'm in. And I guess the casual viewer might not notice, but to me it's like so obvious, and it really kind of makes me cringe. So I've been trying my best to stop that and keep everything as consistent as possible, because I don't want people to be distracted from the kind of the narrative that's happening, or the jokes that I'm making, or the kind of tone of the video, to stop for a second to be like, huh, why does his voice sound different? Like, I really need to kind of work on that. So yeah, I've been working on that, and I've completely forgot why I started talking about this in the first place. I'm literally just rambling. Yeah, so Skillshare. I need like some kind of cue card thing, like with an AI that can bullet point the things that I talk about in front of me, so that I can remember where I came from and what tangent I'm on, because I've completely forgotten. I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Oh, Jesus. Live streaming's weird, man. It's really weird. Like, I know it's fine when you're with other people, like when I'm on the podcast with CJ and Voxis, because you're having a conversation. You're not just kind of speaking with no goal or. Right, I'm gonna catch up on some super chats quick. Shit, I've missed a few. Ah, goddamn. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't keeping an eye on the chat. I was just rambling. So the Framinator says, I know it's not much, but I hope it helps. Literally every little helps, man. Yeah. Any contribution's amazing, and I really do appreciate it. It's very kind. Very, very kind of you. Oliver something says, it's not much, but I hope it helps. Your art is amazing, Pizza Man. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. Oh yeah, that's what I think I was just talking about, how I want to improve. Is that how I got onto the whole Skillshare thing? Oh man, I literally can't remember my train of thought. I'm a retard. Your art is amazing. Yeah, it can be. Sometimes. When I'm not spurging out. Next one down. Andy the Many, check out my mixtape, says, do you like tech decks, skateboard for your fingers? Yes, I don't currently own one. I used to absolutely love those when I was at school. I'd always have one in my pencil case and piss off whichever teacher I had. If the lesson got boring, which it very usually did, I'd kind of construct a mini skate park out of textbooks and like exercise books and other like pencils and stuff for rails on the desk and just do my own runs on that. And like it's a distracting sound for sure. What have I drawn? What is this? This is disgusting. This looks shit. Oh, it's supposed to be that Oblivion symbol, but I'm kind of trying to draw it from memory and I can't remember exactly what it looks like. Which is stupid because I've actually tattooed it on myself, so I should know. Oh, this is so bad. Who was that a minute ago? Oliver something? Your art is amazing. Yep. Very good. Yeah, it's not bad for a sketch stage, I suppose. What have we got? Cynical reviews. I'm going to PayPal you £100 when I'm back on my PC because I don't want YouTube taking 30% of it. Excellent. Thank you very much, CJ. That's very kind of you. And very wise of you to do it that way. But yeah, so that's one thing that I was kind of wanting to kind of air out, the idea of I'm probably going to just turn ads off on my channel altogether, with this kind of like copper thing that's been happening. And I'm on a string now. My past 3 videos that I've uploaded, I haven't made a single penny from. Not that I'd make much anyway. I normally make about $4, but they've just been demonetized or claimed. And it seems like that hasn't affected their traction too much. Like, it's really hard to gauge, especially when you're on the tail end of gaining subscribers from kind of like a shout out rather than a video upload, because typically people will subscribe to a channel off a shout out just off the strength of their opinion of the channel giving the shout out, and don't necessarily do their homework and look into what they're subscribing to. And so you kind of get a new wave of subscribers who aren't really familiar with your videos and quite possibly don't even watch them. So it's really difficult at any time to gauge exactly what is a good amount of views. Because because I upload so irregularly as well, that goalpost is always shifting and I never really know what to expect. But it seems that the videos, the most recent 3 that I've uploaded, the views have been okay. Like, I'm more than happy with them. You know, as long as I get 1,000 views in a video, I feel like, yeah, I've justified the amount of time I've spent. 1,000 people have seen what I've done. Hopefully, 25% of them actually like it and enjoy it. So that's a good amount of people for the kind of the time and the effort put in. I feel that's a substantial enough audience to I feel good about it. I'm like, yeah, that was a useful, productive time spent. But what I was saying is the monetization thing just really doesn't seem to have much of a impact on viewership. And so if they're going to try and fine me or fuck around with me or just other levels of stress that I can't be arsed with, is it really worth it for $4? Like, no. So, I'm not 100%, but I'm definitely toying with the idea of just not monetizing my videos, because it's just going to be an absolute shit show anyway. After January the 1st, and I'd just rather not have to worry about that sort of thing. I wanna be concentrating on making good videos. I want to be concentrating on improving my ability to make videos. I want to make the best stuff that I can. And if I'm, fucking really bummed out all the time and worried about, have I done enough to appease the legal eagles? My head's just not in the right place. And there's other avenues that I can pursue to kind of, survive, like doing a live stream, or I very desperately need to get some merch finished, finalised and made, because I definitely owe t-shirts to a few people. Wait, what axis is this on? That one needs to be a bit straighter. And I've got a t-shirt design pretty much finalised. I just not 100% on it. There's maybe a few little tweaks I need to make. And I found and spoken to the company that I want to manufacture them, and they do a good job. And then, yeah, that would be one way I could potentially support myself, depending on how keen people are to do that sort of thing. But it's difficult because ideally I want to make subtle, kind of fashionable stuff that I would wear out. I don't really want to make anything that's, emblazoned with my logo or anything like that. Merch like that, it's kind of gross. It's like what you want people to pay to be your billboard and walk around and advertise to everyone. Like, no, it's that I kind of feel that's kind of tacky. And it's a weird one, because I think with merchandise, say if it was a band, like I go to a lot, well, not anymore because I'm an old miserable cunt, but I used to go to a lot of shows, and I really like buying bands t-shirts, and they're always like, slapped all over with their like logo and stuff, and I don't mind that, but it just feels a bit different when it's an individual or a creator rather than a group of musicians. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel there's a distinction. But pretty much my entire wardrobe is made up of band t-shirts. It's all I really wear. Cynical Review says, I had a video claimed today that's been on my channel for over a year and a half. Fuck's sake. Which one was it? Lol, read chat, you dumbass. What have people said? What's going on? Sorry, it's really difficult. If you don't hate your art piece after finishing it, you didn't learn anything from it. No worries. Yeah, to be fair, that's very true. But that's the thing, I get to a point with my videos where I abide them. I'm like, right, I've done enough, this is okay. Because you can just keep working on stuff forever, and I just never ever put anything out. And I've gotten better at kind of tackling that and dealing with that voice. What's wrong with graduation ceremonies? What the hell? What did that even get claimed for? Was it like UMG or someone? We were helping you remember, Cynic Snacks. Also, my read chat comment was meant lovingly. Hey, no, dude, it's fine. Honestly, I didn't think deeply into it at all. I was being a dumbass. Can anyone remember what this legendary symbol looks like? I'm pretty sure it's like... They changed it to guns in Halo Reach, but I want the Halo 3 legendary symbol. I'm pretty sure it's like swords or something? I think it looks kind of like this. I don't know. My brain. My terrible memory. Help me, I'm old. Swords. 2 swords. Yeah, yes, swords. It's energy swords. No, I'm pretty sure there was one. There is one that's energy swords, but I don't think that's Halo 3 legendary. I'm gonna have to look, aren't I? Every video I put up I feel like it's the best thing I've ever done, and then I fall into a deep depression and then do it again because I messed up in the head, lol. Yeah, I think, so it's weird because whenever I'm in the process of making a video, I'm always like stressed. I'm stressed because I'm constantly thinking about it. I just want to get it done, and all of the preparation stuff and all of the research and the watching part is enjoyable and fun, and I like writing the script, and that's fun, and then recording the VO is okay, and then when it gets into the grind of the edit, like the sketching and preparation, that's all fun, but when it gets into the grind of the animation and of the edit, it's just like so stressful and consuming, and I have to really like zone in and spend like hours and hours. Like I'll do like 15-16 hours straight pretty much just sat there like working away. And I just feel like, God, I want this to be over. And then when it's over, I upload the video, and then I'm just very sad. Because I'm like, oh, what's my purpose? I have nothing left anymore. And then I force myself to take some time off. So I need to like do real life stuff. And that's okay for a little while. But then I just I guess I need something in my mind to be working out or to be trying to figure out. And if I haven't got anything in my sort of subconscious ticking away and being figured out, it just kind of makes me feel a bit kind of depressed, I guess. Which is not good. So I've been thinking recently, just trying to like sort my energies out, not in like a hippie kind of way, but I've always kind of been against like medication, like for mental stuff, not for other people. Like everyone can do what they want. I just mean for me personally, I've never felt comfortable with the idea of sort of adjusting my mental state chemically, which is massively ironic because I used to take drugs, so that's exactly what that is. But there's just something about trying to do that I guess maybe it scares me that I'm not personally in control of, because that's one thing that I do have. Like I've got a real bad problem with I don't really like being really, really drunk, because I feel like I don't have control over myself, and that it's just like not a nice feeling. And I think there's an element of that to it. But I really need to kind of explore some ways to kind of improve the overall state of my mental well-being, and one of those things is definitely getting some exercise, because I spend a majority of my time sat in a chair that used to destroy my asshole, like I explained in my previous video, but I've actually saved up and bought a new chair which doesn't destroy my asshole, so I'm sat in that right now. The asshole destroying chair is now outside by the bins, covered in rain, and I pray and hope that no one else finds it and uses it, because that's how I acquired it. I found it in the street. I wrote a poem. I didn't finish it. I had an idea for a video that was basically going to be about my chair, and it was a poem about how I'd found the chair and how I had trusted it, and then it betrayed me and really hurt my back. And then the end of it was going to be the chair just on fire in like slow motion with the end of the poem, and then it was going to be me building my new chair. And I filmed a few of the bits for that, and I partially wrote the poem, and I felt like it would have made kind of like a nice little video, but I do a lot of things like that all the time, and I just think that the motivation kind of left me, and then that whole copper thing happened, and I just kind of decided to tackle that briefly instead. But one day, maybe I'll just drop it as like a special feature type thing one day. Cynic's next. For how long are you planning on streaming? Also, you're going to private it after? Yes, I'll probably stream for a couple hours. I don't know, until I get really tired and don't know what's going on is usually when I stop. And I always private my streams afterwards. I mean, it'll be unlisted for a short while, and then I'll private it maybe in a day or two. So I just feel like they're really kind of like in the moment type of thing. Like I'm interacting with you guys, and that's kind of the reason I do it. Is because I want to, although I don't read the chat apparently, I want to just like interact and be here with you guys in the moment. And I think having that up afterwards just feels a bit weird to me. So I always private my streams after they're done. Cine, do you still have the collab planned you told me about ages ago? Yeah, I believe so. I don't know which one you are specifically referring to, but there's lots of stuff that's in the works right now. I can't remember specifically which one you mean. Is this looking right, by the way? Because I just haven't got any reference. It's probably like completely wrong. Yeah, I should probably get an image up. Oh, that'll do for now. I know there's blades at the top, but I just can't remember what shape they are. I'll have to look it up. What parts are you planning on buying? I guess I can... I think I've got an image of it all. I've got a screenshot or something somewhere. Bear with me one sec, I'm just having a look. Oh, I think it's in my Discord chat with that one. It was pinned. Pinned messages. Yeah, there it is. Oh no, it's changed since then. Ball sacks. Actually, I can show you my Amazon lists. Where's my lists? God damn it! Snacks' new editing rig. So, the things that I require are here. Well, the things that I've chosen, anyway, are here. So I've already got a... Sorry, my tablet likes to freak out if I go away from Photoshop and come back in. So I've already got a GPU, thanks to Vinyl. I've already got a case. I've already got a power supply. So I need 2 monitors. I'm getting that motherboard, maybe that CPU, but I think I might try and get a better one. Then that RAM, and then that SSD. But then I'd also need like a wireless network adapter, I think. And then if I'm missing anything, please let me know because I don't have a clue. Obviously, there's a mouse and keyboard and stuff, blah blah blah, and some headphones. But they're whatever. It's like kind of not essential. I can make do. Connor Hamilton says, if we donate during this stream, will you get the revenue or will YouTube? I think, yeah, YouTube takes 30%, I think, of super chats. That's what Cynical Review said earlier, so I believe that to be true. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat. What are your favourite video games? Wait, I'll come back to that one in a sec. I've always wanted to know, if you ever get art block, what tends to help you break free of it? Normally it's learning a new technique. That's something that I like to do, is kind of go and teach myself. It doesn't even have to be kind of drawing related, it can be anything. Because I feel like all kind of art skills like bleed into one another and are all applicable in many different mediums. And so if I go and teach myself a new technique or a new skill, or just understand a new tool in any kind of application, or even just in real life, like I like sculpting. I don't do it often, but I've kind of got like modelling clays and like little knives and bits and bobs that I use just to fiddle and make stuff. But typically if I learn a new technique or a new way of creating something, that kind of hits me with a wave of inspiration to try and make something as good as I can with that new technique or with that new tool or in that new medium, and then that in turn just kind of inspires me to be creative overall. So I think that's the kind of the best way, I think, to do it, other than kind of taking a step back as well. That can be really useful. I think if you overdo it and you're doing too much all the time, your brain needs a kind of a reset. So going and doing something completely irrelevant for a while and kind of distracting yourself, that can also be very beneficial. But they're my top two, I say, if I was to say kind of techniques to break free of art block. Back to what Oliver said. What are your favourite video games? Well, we've got them here. Pokemon, Halo 3, that was a good one. Breath of the Wild, Elder Scrolls, Oblivion. More recently, I really like Rocket League. Like, I think it's a really good multiplayer game. It's a lot of fun, and there's many levels to it in terms of what you can do and the kind of skills you can acquire. Right, I'm just gonna get an image because I'm stupid and I can't remember what it looks like. Breath of the Wild sword. I got a vague idea of what it looks like in my mind. I know it's got kind of like the pointy handles and stuff. There we go. Copy. But I want to get it accurate. Should I have it sheathed on the wall? Do people do that? Nah, I think that's overkill. Doesn't need to be that deep. It can just be you, and then yeah, so I recently acquired Death Stranding. It really didn't do anything for me, which is a massive shame, because I do really like Hideo Kojima. I think his games have been very good. I really enjoy Metal Gear. It's one of my favourite franchises. I should probably put a reference to it in here somewhere. But I don't know. I don't have time for Death Stranding right now. I really want to focus as much as I can on working and just earning enough money to like buy the things I need, and just try and focus a bit more on my channel and get more content out. And video games are just a kind of for me at the moment, just a bit of a dumb distraction. So I don't mind playing something that's a bit more casual, that, you know, when a render's processing or I'm waiting for a piece of like footage to download or whatever, I can just kind of quickly pick up and play for 5 minutes and then put back down again. So I'm currently enjoying Pokemon Sword, which, despite it being rushed and there being some, you know, nitpicky, contrived mehs about it, it's actually the most engaging Pokemon game I've played in several generations. Like I've owned a copy of a Pokemon game from every generation since it came out, and I haven't, like, I didn't finish X, I didn't finish Moon, I haven't finished a Pokemon game. I've got bored very quickly for maybe the past like 2 or 3 gens, because they just added so many just unnecessary features, and it all just felt very samey. And oh yeah, Pokemon Let's Go as well. Didn't finish that. I just didn't care. It just did nothing for me. But with Sword, like, I've actually been engaged with it. Like I think I've got quite far into it, and I do want to finish it. And maybe it's just the inclusion of, well, there's always new Pokemon, but I don't know. There's something about it that's definitely held my attention a lot more than the past, you know, 3 iterations. So what we got? I'm not sure about the details. You just told me you have something planned which I can help with. I'm sure it would be fun. Oh yeah, yes. So that's kind of, I am planning, and it will hopefully, well, it should be a project for 2020. There's some original stuff that I want to do. That's not a movie review. It's kind of like an original piece of an original video that I want to make. I've had it planned for forever, and I kind of wanted to establish more of an audience before I kind of put the resource into creating it, just because I didn't want to go through the effort and stress and all that of making something and then just kind of showing it to no one, which is what would have been the case had I have just gone straight into that. But now I feel like we're getting to a point where it's worthwhile. You know, if I make something, I can kind of guarantee at least like 1,000 people will see it, which is awesome. You know, that's a good audience size, you know. And I feel like it's worth making something that those people could potentially enjoy. Whereas before I'd sort of like started this channel properly, it was like, who am I even making this for? You know? So we're kind of reaching a point now where I'm happy to invest a bit more time and energy into doing some original stuff. Have I fucked this up? Ah, my brain! Why can't I process this properly? What have I done wrong? Oh, that's right, that's not long enough, that's why. Yeah, so in answer to that question, yes, and it will hopefully be soon. The wheels turn very slowly behind the scenes in all of YouTube, but I know I'm going to need a lot of, I've got like the characters that I've written and the kind of the story I want to tell. I do have people in mind for the voices, but I kind of need to approach them and sort that out as well. There's a lot of details that need to get worked out, but I want to try and get that done as a project for next year and have it finished, or at least the first part finished, so I can kind of like gauge whether it's worth pursuing further. So if people like it and are interested to see more, then that would be a dream come true. Oh shit, I need to catch up on some of these. So, oh, thank you, Connor Hamilton. Says, can't stay for the whole stream, but I love what you do and hope you keep doing it. Make sure to stay hydrated. Actually, yes, I do have a little drinky here. Appreciate you looking out for me there. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I'm heading out. Got to wrap up at the office. Love you, man. Keep your head up. You're doing awesome. Thank you very much. If you're still here, Homeless Movies. Hake. Oh man, I'm going to absolutely butcher this name. Hake Gregorian. I hope that's correct. Gregorian. One-upping the last donation. By 1 cent. Thank you for the laughs, man. No bother at all. Yeah, I genuinely enjoy it. So that's kind of my pleasure. And yeah, thank you for the donations. They are really greatly appreciated, and they're gonna improve my life tenfold, and maybe yours too. When I get a nice shiny new computer and I can actually make videos faster and stream properly, and maybe even make some gaming content, because I can play games. You know? Because I really would like to... I guess I need to get like a capture card or something. I haven't really looked into it too much, because my buddy old pal Tom kind of knew how to do all of that stuff. I was going to get him to help me out. What have I done? But yeah, I'd like to do a similar thing to Junk Film Review, but with games. I'm sure there's plenty of channels that have done that exact thing before. But hopefully I can add kind of my own unique spin to it in a way. What have I done? Okay, yeah, that's here. I'd love to smash through some really terrible PS1 games. I've got a few. So I started collecting them quite a few years ago now, actually. Because my original intention was to recollect the games that I used to own as a kid, which I've since lost or misplaced, or they've been stolen, or I sold them or something, I don't know. But my old games collection didn't exist, it was gone. So my plan was to recollect them all. But in the process of doing that, I stumbled across some absolute howlers of just awful shit. And I'd love to kind of rip into them. I may do one day. Here we go. So this is probably going to be a disaster, but what I thought I'd do in my head is draw half of the sword and then duplicate it and then flip it vertically and then chuck it. Oh, the handle's so small. It's not too bad. I mean, that could have gone a lot worse. I'll turn all this stuff off for now. One sec. Halo mask. Yeah, apart from the thin ass handle, that's not too bad. Oh, whoopsie. Oopsie, stinky. Oh, come on. Where did it go? There we go. You. I mean, it definitely needs to be longer. So, if I grab that and chuck that like that kind of a length, maybe. And then I guess it's okay. That needs to possibly be a bit larger, but then also way wider. What have I done wrong? I'll just sack that off, to be honest. Boop, boop. Just wait, trying to keep up with this chat as well. Jason Landry with a donation says, "Here, buy some non-hole ridden socks." Okay, this is making some assumptions there, Jason. I don't think I own any holey socks. I think in the sock department I'm okay. It's my jeans that are fucked. I've got these black jeans have got like a massive rip just like where the legs join together, just kind of the gooch area. It's just a massive rip, and every time I kind of like go down to tie my shoe or just anything that involves a lot of bending, they kind of just go, and I can feel the rip getting bigger and bigger. So I do have some other jeans. It's just I just like wearing all black because it's just easy to coordinate and you don't have to worry about palettes and stuff. But yeah, and I just threw out my previous pair of black jeans because they had a rip in the exact same place, and maybe I just need to like lose some weight off my fat ass or something to stop this from happening. I definitely need to get some new t-shirts, because all the ones I wear are just, like I said, they're just old band t-shirts from fucking years ago, and they're all a bit rank. Could probably do with a work on my drip, as they say on the streets. As they say on TikTok or whatever the kids are using these days. Alright, that'll do, donkey. What we got? Hey man, love your unique style / reviews. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I like to think perhaps there is an element of uniqueness to what I do. I do try to limit the amount of things I watch that are of a similar ilk to me, just so that I'm not kind of subconsciously influenced by them. Especially when people kind of compare me to things like, hey, your channel really reminds me of blah blah blah. I just won't even go anywhere near it, because I'm like, I don't want to know how similar I am. And I don't want to be influenced into, you know, doing what they do. Right, that's good enough, I think. Link's sword. That's done. Right, that's embarrassing. That table's okay. The chair. Oop. What am I doing? Who am I? I think, like, whenever I'm on stream, I always draw way slower than I normally do when I'm not streaming. So I just kind of actually fully get in the zone, but I need to remain somewhat conscious. Hey Snacks, what and who inspired you to become a producer and a YouTuber? So I don't know. I think the whole YouTube thing is something I've always wanted to do. And I guess if I was to say I was inspired by someone, it would there'd be a few channels, but I don't think their essence is apparent in what I do. It's just I used to watch YouTube channels and enjoy them and think I like YouTube. In general, I would like to participate. And I did try and do quite a few. I toyed with a few different ideas, but I never really got too invested in them. They're just kind of like little. Like I tried to do a series with the house I went to at university. I kind of like filmed a bunch of our hijinks and edited them into like little videos, but that was just more kind of for my friends, just for like a bit of a laugh. But that was good. I really enjoyed it. So I did film production at university, so I was always filming and editing something. And then from there, while I was at university, I started to get into just doing like music videos and stuff, because it was kind of accessible. There was a good local scene where I was at uni, and it meant there were like quite a few opportunities to film decent performers. And then I got involved with like a local magazine that did like, you know, filmed performances and stuff and conducted video interviews and stuff. So I started doing that. Then I went to like a bunch of music festivals. I toured with a few bands. This was all while I was supposed to be at university. I just didn't go because my course was shit. So I just fucked off and went and did other things. So then I went on tour like a couple times around the place. And I was just kind of learning the tricks of the trade. Just like doing stuff with friends. And then, yeah, when I finished university, I managed to cop a job working for the fucking Mickey Mouse. And learnt quite a lot during my time there. Yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of like a gradual thing, I guess. And as I was like learning to edit and stuff, I've always been into drawing, and I've always been making like little animations myself and stuff, but I guess it was just a natural progression to this point. Hey man, oh no, I've read that one. Make the Triforce a pizza slice. I could do, actually. That's a shout. Sorry, Zelda. I'm appropriating your culture. Wonder if anyone will notice that. See how insignificant it is. Yep. I probably should have kept that reference. Did I? Yeah. There we go. Just for colours and stuff. Where are we at? Chat. Matt L says, got to know you through EFAP. Your production quality is amazing. Keep doing you, man, and take some money. P.S. Crotch holes allow for easy toilet trips. Not the ones that I've got. It's like gooch area. It's like I'd have to force my balls and my dick back through. It's really not convenient. No, sorry, can't do that. Ooh, we've got a bit of a gradient. Should I do a gradient by hand, or should I do a little technique? So here's one for you. I've made a completely separate layer. Draw out the colour that I want. I always colour everything by hand. I hate using the fill bucket. I think it's lazy and it always makes the edges gross. So everything you've seen on my channel, I've coloured it by hand and it takes forever. So you've got this layer here of colour. So what you want to do is create a new layer on top of that. Right click it in the layer window and go to create clipping mask. Then select the colour you want. Get the gradient tool, make sure it's going to from colour to transparency, and then drag that across. And what it does is the clipping mask will only add pixels to the layer beneath it. And so you can add just a gradient just to that surface. There you go, lesson over. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Yes. Right, who else? Favourite EFAP memes. Fucking hell, there's so many. I always get every time I'm anywhere near one of Mauler's streams or even in the chat anywhere, people always love to remind me of Goliath, which was the name of one of the dogs in the Philippines that was chasing me around an alleyway at 4 a.m. while I was trying to still do live streams and stuff when I was on the other side of the planet. That was a funny stream. I really can't think off the top of my head. My brain is absolute mush. And now's the part where you realise all the mistakes you've made in the drawing. Because I'm so simple. Wait. Oh god, this music sounded like a kind of a Thomas the Tank Engine remix then for a second. Ba 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 ba. No, it's the Magic Roundabout. Ba 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 ba. Fox's Production says, "Enjoy my petty cash and bugger you, copper. I hope you choke on a phallus." Yeah, I think. Yeah, the whole thing's very frustrating, but I don't think Copper particularly is the baddie in all of this. I really feel like YouTube is the baddie, and they are doing the best they can to convince everyone that it's not them. But ultimately, they're the ones that decided to collect data on children, which is illegal, and then sell it to advertisers in a roundabout way. And they're the one that have ended up paying a fine, but rather than take the opportunity to try and set a good precedent and help out its user base and turn it into something productive or constructive, they've just shat on everyone basically and now made it our fault. Even though, like, what do? We just use the platform. And I'm sure there are, malicious actors out there who are being predatory and they understand what they're doing, but 99% of YouTube channels aren't going to have the first clue about any of this stuff. Like, the only reason I have a vague knowledge of this sort of thing is because I used to work in children's broadcasting, and the rules around what you can put on air in terms of advertising to children are so intense and stringent. You can't do anything. But I've got a little bit of insight into that world because of my old job. Whereas fucking Joe Blogs, like the odd, ordinary YouTuber, they're not going to have a fucking clue. And it's not their place or responsibility to have a clue either. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, why? They've been given the facility to do something by YouTube, and then they do it, and YouTube's like, nah, that's not the magic word, and they're just like punishing everyone. What the fuck? But God knows what's going to happen. Hopefully it'll be the end of Ryan's toy reviews, because I fucking can't stand that little cunt. But he's one of those titans, isn't he? He's too big to fail now, unfortunately, the little bastard. What do we got? Bedroom Bunny, your life is fucking mental. Is it? Hake Gregorian again. One-upping Voxis in Freedom Bucks. Very much appreciated. What was I just rambling about? Oh yeah, Ryan, the little twat toy reviews. I don't know if I'm just babbling about nonsense, but I imagine you know who he is. He's basically just this little kid whose mother is basically abusing him and forcing him, just kind of using his cuteness to farm cash and getting him to play with fucking toys, and for some reason I guess kids watch it, maybe adults watch it too. I don't know what you get up to in your spare time, but he's just a twatty little kid, and it's not the kid's fault either. Like, I'm not, when I'm saying he's a twat, like, I am joking. It's his mum. The mother is the issue. She's basically, just whoring her kid out for money. It's kind of gross. Imori2 says, "Enjoy a fiver, my criminally underrated friend." Thank you very much. I feel it's really difficult to gauge with the whole like numbers thing, if someone is underrated or not. I think perhaps it's a case of a lot of other people are overrated. I think that's where the imbalance lies. So I'm kind of happy with, like, the level of interaction that I get on my videos is manageable. I can, you know, I read every comment. I can engage with a majority of the stuff that gets posted on my videos, which is cool. I think you really reach a point where it just becomes unmanageable, and then I think you have to kind of employ a different approach to your administration, and oh fuck, I fucked that up, and like, oh god damn it. Sorry, I just need to add a clipping mask again. I think when it reaches that point, I feel like it could possibly start to feel like quite a lonely endeavour again. And like, obviously, you know, how can it be lonely? You're getting so, like, all these comments, but like, it gets to a point where it's unmanageable and you can't deal with it. And I feel like I'd feel worried that I'm missing out on something, or like not seeing a point that someone's made. And that's kind of, ah fuck, I need to draw this on top of this layer. And so yeah, I feel like CJ seems to do fine in that regard. I've not heard him express anything particularly negative about being the kind of the size that his channel is. So maybe it'll be fine. It's just one of the things that I kind of think about sometimes. It's like, God, imagine getting like 20,000 comments when you post a video. It's like, where do you even begin? How, like, do you even look at all? Like, how? Especially because I imagine at that point a majority of it will just be nonsense anyway. Yeah, as for the copper stuff, it shouldn't, but it does affect everyone worldwide. It doesn't just affect US creators, or so I've been led to believe. Right, that's done. That one prop in one shot that's going to be on screen for 10 seconds is done. I've drawn it and it's it's done. Link's sword. Yeah, sorry if the drawing isn't particularly engaging. I'll do an animation stream at some point one day, maybe, if you're good. Right, need chat's help quick. Right, PlayStation, let's remember. So the X button is baby blue. And the circle is like a peachy reddy kind of colour. And oh shit, the triangle's like a minty limey green, and then square is like a pink, I think. Yeah, that looks right. That's right, guys. Oh, fuck off, artboard. That's right. Square is pink. Yeah. So then hopefully this won't look shite because it's the original PS1 colours. But what I wanted to do is do like a kind of a very light grey back wall. Kind of like wallpaper. There it is. Okay, so their handles. Oh, the face is fucking wrong. Oh, it's got, yeah, whole swords. Alright, I'll do that in a minute. See, I wanted to do like a grey back wall with PlayStation symbols like as a repeating pattern. I just don't know if it's going to clash. Probably though. So if we do it that many times, merge those. It's giving me like Crash Bandicoot password vibes. Do you remember those long ass passwords that you'd have to remember? Oh, my boomer's really showing now. Back in the Crash B1 days. I'm just gonna like put it at an offish angle. Should I be OCD about it and do it at a very particular angle? Maybe a 15er? Yep. So duplicate, drop that down, and then offset it probably by 2. That looks most random. And then do that by 1. Ooh, no, maybe that way. Ugh. Gross. And then dupe and drop all of that. And one more up here. So wait, so then it's square, X, circle, triangle, square, X, circle, triangle, triangle. Well, that's a bit of a nightmare to look at right now. Alright, merge all them. And then chuck them. Might have to try and put some kind of drop shadow or something, I don't know. So if I just do a dummy floor for now. Just put it about there. I guess that's okay. I probably need to give my little chair some colour. Right now, which way around is the switch? Is it red and blue? I think it's red on the left. But then is it like that kind of colour? So like that, and then kind of like lightish blue. That blue? No. No, it's more turquoisey, I think. Shit. I can't picture it. Is it like that? Yeah, I think it's like that. Might have to make it a bit duller. It's funny because like the whole thing with copper and like appealing to children, and then the next video that I go and make, I just do like a fucking gaming room full of like bright, vibrant, colourful stuff. But it's okay because I'm putting quite a hefty disclaimer at the beginning of this next video as well that basically says, if you're under the age of 13, would you kindly fuck off, you little cunt. So I'm just going back through the chat, see if I've missed anything. What music is playing right now? It's great. It's a kind of like a remix of a bunch of Donkey Kong stuff, I believe. It's like Donkey Kong Country soundtrack, but it's been kind of fucked with and mucked around a little bit, I believe. Probably going to need to stick on a different soundtrack soon because I reckon this one's going to be coming to an end, and then we'll get a lovely ad, a nice ear-raping ad, and then probably some heavily copyrighted music. I'm just trying to think of like nice chill gaming soundtracks, maybe like Ori and the Blind Forest or something like that, which is a pretty sweet game. I'm sure you're all more than aware of it. Although I recently started playing The Forest, which was a recommendation of Mr. Barrels, who was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he's still here. I imagine he's probably gone to sleep by now. Yeah, that was a fucking awesome game. I was really hooked on that for a couple days. I like a good survival horror game every now and then. Like, I like it when a game actually kind of makes you concerned about dying. Like, you actually kind of care. Like, there's a consequence, you know. You lose stuff. That's something that kind of like got lost for a while in the past couple generations of games. Is like with auto saving and blah blah blah, all that nonsense. Kind of just kind of lost that kind of fear that a game could instill in you. Which I think the Souls games did a good job of remedying. So that's probably the most scared I've been by a game in a long, long time, was Bloodborne. That game was terrifying. Because like, you just didn't have a clue what's around the next corner, and it could just be just this insurmountable nightmare that you don't stand a single chance of defeating, and you just lose everything. And like, any kind of checkpoints are so far apart. It was good. That was a good experience. I was so scared, rounding every corner, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's happening? That was a really enjoyable experience. What's poppin'? Have you played Nier Automata and Hollow Knight? They both have amazing scores. I've played Hollow Knight. I had that on Switch. I got quite far in that, actually. I don't think I finished it. So I'm really bad. I used to be such a completionist, kind of back in the Xbox 360 days. I used to finish like everything, like, out of principle. But I guess I just got a lot to do, and I get quite distracted. And I always feel guilty playing games these days, because I could be working, you know? Could be making something. But yeah, I thought Hollow Knight was great. I might stick that soundtrack on in a minute, actually, to be fair. But no, Nier Automata I have not played. Tom tells me it's very good. But again, time. I have to be quite choosy with the games that I play. I think the next one that I'm going to really bother with at all is either going to be Last of Us 2 or Cyberpunk. Depends which comes first, I don't know. Most likely Last of Us 2, I think. There's been a lot more trailers and stuff for that. Although I really feel like they're going to delay it and make it a PS5 gotcha for the release of the new console, which will be an absolute bastard thing for them to do, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if they did that. Okay, so there's the arms of the Switch chair. I need to make the middle kind of like a leathery meme. And that, and that. Upper Cathedral Ward had great atmosphere in Bloodborne. Was that... which bit was that? Was that after you fight that fucking... There's that old woman... I can't remember the names of things, it's been a long time. There's that old bitch that sat in the chair, and you go up and club her and she turns into like the dancer or whatever. That terrified me. And then you go up the ladder past her and there's all the little calamari fellas in the swampy bit. Using all of the technical lore there. But I think that's the bit you mean. Do you mean the upper swampy bit? I think that's what it was called. Yeah, I think Bloodborne's definitely one that I want to pick up again and play again at some point. Because I was on like New Game Plus, I think. I think I got to plus on New, but I couldn't get past the Bloodstaffed Beast for that time because it's just such a bastard. He's so kind of like, if I'd have spent the time and invested the time in actually kind of learning his exact tells, you know, like when he loads up for a move, I usually just wing it. I've never really studied the bad guys too much, like the boss fights and stuff. I just try and wing it and normally just scrape through. I'm never been a pro at any of the Souls games, and I'll admit it, I try and cheese them as much as possible, but usually you just end up making more of an ass of yourself than if you'd actually have just bothered to try properly. But yeah, for some reason I just couldn't do the Bloodstaff Beast on like the third time round. I think I probably just needed to grind and get my level up a bit more, but I was like, ugh. Because you always think you'll level up and you'll be like, right, I've got this, and then you march in and just get your ass handed to you and you're like, right, I don't got this. And there's only so many times you can kind of make that journey to the boss just to get your ass kicked again before you're like, right, I'm going to play something else that I can actually derive some enjoyment from rather than just punishing myself over and over and over again. Because I guess once you've already finished the game a couple times, that feeling of relief that you get when you actually beat one of the bosses kind of doesn't go away, but it kind of gets reduced to a level where it's like, is it worth the stress and anguish? But yeah, love those games. Did you play Sekiro? It was a bit different from the other Souls games, but still worth a try. Really difficult though. Yes, I bought Sekiro a while back. I really did not get very far into it at all. Not so much a difficulty thing. I kind of got a good handle on it. Again, it was just time. I just didn't have the time to play it, so I took it back to the shop and kind of exchanged it. I'll buy it again for sure. That's on my list of games that I want to finish. I think maybe, yeah, if I ever am in a spot where I know I'm going to have a bit more free time, hopefully if I can find a way to start earning a little bit more regularly, and I've kind of got a bit of breathing room to actually chill and like not do much, that's definitely like top of my list to acquire it again and play it properly. Right, I think we're going to need some new music. What did we say? Hollow Knight. Although I imagine this is going to be quite, yeah, a lot of this is going to be just epic. Epic. Yeah, I hope you're all enjoying me colouring this grey chair. Riveting. Incredible stuff. 5 stars. Criminally underrated. But that's probably one of the things I can do to speed up my production process, is probably use a different tool for making stuff. Just because I could definitely just draw a quick shape and get the fill that I want, but I don't know, there's something therapeutic, kind of hypnotic about colouring in. I really enjoy it. Oh, God damn. Yeah, this is what the problem was earlier for the OGs in the stream that were here earlier, is like whenever I'm drawing, I constantly right click to bring up this little window here and you can adjust the size of your brush. And that's something that I do maybe, on average, maybe like once or twice a minute. And if I don't have that functionality, then I'm screwed, because every time I need to change my brush size, I've got to go up here. And like, I know, but it really makes the process a pain in the butt. And like, not fun. You can't get into a good flow. Whereas when the tablet pen is working properly and I can do it quick, it's much easier. And like, one of the features that Photoshop used to have that they've ditched is you used to press C on the keyboard and it would bring up your color palette, this thing. It would bring up your color picker. I used to do that all the time to do a new color, but now when you press C it just goes to crop and you just end up cropping your image, which is not what I want to do. I know I can probably change the presets, but I've got so many versions of Photoshop installed. I need to like actually do it on all of them, and I'll never do it. I'll just complain about it, you know, because I just love making things more difficult for myself. Yeah, Hollow Knight was a great game. Really enjoyed it. I really like the art style. It reminded me of kind of like Flash games in a way. It has that kind of feel to it. Right. Oh, my name is Pete. Peter's here. Best grey chair I have ever seen. Hey, Peter. Peter is one of my longest standing... No, he is my longest standing. My longest standing internet friend. We've been internet friends since... fuck knows, like 2005? In fact, that sounds about right. 2004, maybe? I don't know, wait, let me see. So I think I met you on Halo 3 with Alex. Okay, 2007. Bit of an exaggeration there on my part, but yeah, we've been internet friends since 2007. I've known him for 12 years via the medium of Xbox 360 chat. He's a good guy, be nice to him. Oh yeah, I remember this track. It's kind of making me want to actually play the game again. It's got such a cool art style, and like the atmosphere is just kind of like really sad and like lonely. But it's like very intriguing. It's a cool game. I like how they kept the gameplay quite simple, but like solid. Had a watch of Has Been Hotel yet? No. What is... Like, I've seen a lot of people mention it in the whole kind of animation isn't just for children debate. I've seen quite a few people mention Has Been Hotel, but I am not I'm not actually familiar with what it is. I just automatically think of Habbo Hotel. I don't know if it's similar, or it's even in that style or something. I'm not in the know. The NES buttons are red, right? Yeah. And I think... Oh, this is going to be tricky. That's dark grey? Yeah, make sure you tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure you will, but I don't want to... So I think that's like a dark grey, and then these bits are like a lighter... Maybe even lighter than that. Maybe even lighter than that. The full pilot episode is on YouTube, a crowd-funded cartoon. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. I hear it's adult. I really like that kind of stuff. I love adult cartoons because they're always just like fucking gross. Like I love basically all the stuff on Adult Swim. I think is great. Some old like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network stuff is also very good. Now, on the NES, is the D-pad grey? Or is it red? Oh, I really can't remember. Select and start buttons are black, D-pad black. Oh, duh. Fucking hell. Fuck that one up, didn't I? Yeah, that looks better. Oh yeah, because this has those little, like there. And then there's like the little circle in the middle. God, this music's fucking epic, isn't it? Can you turn the music up? Yeah? Is it too quiet? When will your next EFAP appearance be? Not entirely sure. I have stated my interest to return at some point soon. But I'm not really sure. I think... yeah, whenever they'll have me, basically. Oh, what have I done? The D-pad buttons are... the fucking A and B buttons are next to each other. God, my memory is garbage. I thought that looked weird. Okay, so... But yeah, I've stated my interest in returning at some point soon. We shall see. Oh man, I've really made a fucking hash job of this. Fuck. Why didn't you tell me, guys? Come on. This is rubbish. I just did it all wrong. Jesus. Oh. Speaking of adult cartoons, have you ever seen the original Neon Genesis Evangelion series? No, but James Marriott, my good old buddy James Marriott, has demanded that I watch it. So that's on my list for very soon. So I've been told many times that I'd enjoy it. I've just, again, never got round to doing it because I'm an oaf. Right, so here's a little tip or trick that I think might work. I just want to select this line and separate it from this layer to make it bigger slightly. So if I draw a lasso around the bastard, then I hold fucking Alt and draw another line around here, it will remove that drawn area from my selection, meaning that I can just pull off this one bit. Command T and scale it up slightly, and then I can draw a slightly better line inside it. So it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. Actually, that's probably be quite a funny stream that I could do. It's completely ripping off an idea from another channel, but drawing things from memory is always quite funny, especially if it's like characters and stuff. Could maybe get a couple people on stream with me to do that, so they can kind of give me guidance or descriptions. Oh, the buttons are a little bit more rounded. I'm trying not to be too anal about this, because it just has to be in the ilk of, but at the same time, I don't know. I always end up just worrying too much about shit that just does not matter. Like, people aren't even really going to notice. Oh, I really fucked that up, didn't I? I'm going to pinch the actual colours. So, like that much. Should probably be easier just to do the whole thing and then delete afterwards. The layout of the controller is subjective. Yeah, it sure is. Oh, bollocks, I've done it again. Oh, no, it's fine. I don't have to do the whole controller, it can just be the main center graphic. It's insane how much time you're spending on singular props. No wonder every frame of Cynic's next video is beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think with the set that I make, it's kind of important because quite a few shots happen within this kind of set. So I'll be kind of like cutting in and out of me sat in the chair talking and stuff. So I think because it's on screen for a longer time, I will spend a bit of time at least filling it out and making it, you know, interesting. You know, give people who might not be paying attention to what I'm saying something to at least look at. But like the other shots that are only on screen for like a few seconds, I will spend a little less time on. There's a shot of like some astronauts that I was hoping to do today. I don't think I'm going to have time, but we'll see if we can make a start on it. That's literally going to be on screen for one line of dialogue. So I'll still spend a few hours on it, but nowhere near as much kind of detail. There's not really much need for it. Actually, I think I need to get some moderators for my chat, perhaps. I don't know, it's not like... It's at a pretty decent level now. But YouTube likes to just block people's comments. Like, if anyone swears, it just gets, like, kind of held in purgatory, and then I have to, like, click confirm to allow it to be shown, which is fucking stupid. Like, I could just sit here going, fuck, 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 but then YouTube will just still automatically moderate any comments that you guys make and block them if you do a swear. Why? The themes of the SNES controller can be interpreted in multiple ways. I'm sure they could. Right. This tune reminds me a little bit of is it Dawn at the Market or something, like from Oblivion, whenever it's like 4 AM and you're in the Imperial City in the morning before any of the citizens get up. You've just been plundering caves. You've come back to sell all the shit you've stolen because there's too many things in your pockets and you can't run anymore. But if you take it out your pocket and hold it in your hand, that's fine, because game logic. I think that needs to be, I know it's not technically correct, but that needs to be a little bit darker, I think. Just for mine eyes. Oh, what did I call them before? I didn't put Nintendo when I did in my old Halloweeny episode. What did I call it? For fuck's sake. Let's have a look. So it was a Game Boy, but I called it a Game Box. Finished episodes. Playtendo, that was it. What does the fucking... Yeah. Little registered trademarky buddy in there. Yeah, I'm super excited to get my new setup done so that I can actually sit up straight. So I'm currently like, I've got a better chair that isn't destroying my asshole, but I'm still like hunched over a laptop. It'll be nice when I can actually kind of like sit up straight and like put my keyboard where I want it and have the monitors up so that I can actually be looking up at a reasonable height instead of like fucking my back up. That's too big. What's wrong with me? Fuck's sake. Yeah, that'll do. How do you have a chair hurt your asshole? It was just like really, really, really fucking uncomfortable. And like it was just like not cushioned at all. Because it was just like a really broken, old, crappy desk chair that I just found in the street outside my house. And like I just sit on it for hours. You know, if you're sitting somewhere for hours, it needs to have like, it had no back support at all. If I leant back, there was just nothing there, so it would just fall backwards. So I'd constantly be kind of like sat up, hunched over, and it was like quite hard. So it always just used to hurt. Like not actually my asshole, that's just a bit of a meme, but like it used to really hurt like under my ass cheeks and like the back of my legs and stuff. It's just like a super uncomfortable chair, but didn't really have an option. Right, that'll do. Fucking who cares? Why am I spending so much time on this? Alright, need like a little wood grain looking ass. It's funny because like Copper would look at this and be like, oh, this is clearly aimed at children because you're referencing video games like the Nintendo Electronic System. It's like, yeah, what fucking kids under the age of 13 are playing on an NES right now? They're not. They're all playing fucking Fortnite. They don't give a shit about the NES. But to them, it's all just black and white. It's like, oh, well, it's gaming, so it's for children. So just because there's no joy in your life, because you're just such an adult. You're just like really adulting so hard that you're fucking everyone else's business. You know? Right. This needs to look a little bit more woody. So I do like a EEE. Put it on like a 40. Nah, 20. Smash that down to like a 3. Nope. Can't even fucking see that. Oh, that's absolute bullshit. 50. Actually, maybe the grain should be darkening. Yeah. I don't know why I'm bothering to go into all this detail of doing grain, but I'm just feeling it. You know? He using a Wacom? Yes, I'm using a Wacom Intuos. Whatever the fucking cheapest one was. And, you know, it's not a bad little tablet, but I've had it for many years and it's just kind of fucked now, really. It's got lots of kind of like bumps and there's areas on it that are way smoother than other areas, so whenever I'm drawing a line it like slips loads. Or like it'll just throw random imperfections in when I'm drawing like a perfectly... Well, it doesn't do it when I try and give you an example, but... I do need to get a bigger, better tablet, but I'll be able to... I'll do that eventually, because like this is manageable right now. It's just a little bit frustrating, but it's no biggie. Copper seems to have no awareness of nerd culture and adults liking comics, animations, games, which is weird considering that this is a huge market these days. Yeah. I don't know. It's a generational thing, I think. Like, they'll never really fully understand or appreciate it. Like, you know, it's a bit of a generalisation. There's obviously some people of the older generation who get it, or at least acknowledge it and accept it, but I don't know. It's just weird, like how like connected we all are and how attuned we all are to even the most far-reaching and bizarre of interests and hobbies and stuff now because of the internet kind of connecting like-minded people, and you get the what's the word, not resurgence, but the first time surgence. I'm so tired, I can't think of words, of like yeah, a lot of niche things. And I love kind of learning about that, but it just seems like there's still in general just a generation of people that aren't interested, and they're like, oh, internet, and all they do is they just go on Facebook and fucking bitch at each other about just nonsense and just say vaguely racist things and think that it's okay. But right, I was just about to start faffing around with that Playtendo logo. I don't need to do that, it's fine. it looks like what it's supposed to be. I need to just stop now. Fucking sword hooks. Sword hooks are... Right, get rid of that. Yeah, I really didn't expect this room to take this long. I probably shouldn't. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to draw me. Yeah, I might group that up. That's set. Might flick over and do something else for a minute. Sorry if that annoys anyone, but I'm just a bit kind of bored of doing this bit now. Yeah, I'll do a bit more of that like tomorrow or something. Because I still need to like add all the props in, put in the hard shadows of the objects in this setup, and then I chuck it into After Effects and position it all in like 3D space and add different lightings and a vignette and a bunch of other stuff. And maybe some textures, I don't know. Need to reconsider the wallpaper, I think, because it's just a bit clashy. And I kind of knew that was going to be the case with the like PS1 colours, that kind of that grey and the like pastel-y. I guess it looks kind of okay. It's just a bit too bright. I might have to tone it down a little bit to make it fit in more with the kind of the darker palette of these other objects. Fox's Production says, I'm annoyed. Why are you annoyed? Dear sweet Foxes, what hath happened? What's that? Oh, don't need that. Yeah, so I'm going to include... Why is Foxes annoyed? What's happened? Lol snacks, are you a goldfish? I don't think so. What do you mean? So, been drawing a couple of astronauts. See, here's the kind of a problem I need solving. Chat, if you would care to oblige. I'm gonna have maybe a row of astronauts, maybe 3. So I guess scale these guys down a little piece, and I'm gonna have a row of 3 astronauts. But all of the characters normally that I show are humanoid food, because that's kind of the cinematic universe of my channel, is that characters are all food items. But one of the astronauts that's going to be on the end over here is actually a real human, and I've kind of just like roughly drawn his face, but not too much. Because you switched to another drawing. What do you mean? I just got bored of doing that set. I wanted to just kind of get into something else. This is how I work. Like I don't like start one thing and then finish it. I just jump between loads of different stuff. Like this video, for example, I've written the script, recorded the voiceover, but I've animated a few sections already, and I've started to edit some of the footage already, and I've started to collect some of the clips already, and it's all just a mess. Like there's no order really to what I do. I just kind of do what I feel like at the time, until all that's left is all the stuff that I don't want to do, and then I have to sludge through it all. But anyway, so I've got these 3 astronauts, And obviously to be in the snack verse, it would be most beneficial if they were foodstuffs, but you can only see through this tiny little window and the rest of it's humanoid, so I don't really know what to do. I was just going to do them as hot dogs, but you can't really tell. Like, if they're in this little window, they're kind of like hot doggy head here and their eyes, but they're not really going to look like hot dogs, so I'm just going to have to do it like that, aren't I? And just cry about it, I guess. That looks like a bit of a smirk, actually. It needs to move that way a little bit. There we go. So I don't actually need that bit, but we know it's there. We know he's a hot dog. So if I just use that as a kind of jumping off point for each of them, but then go and adjust, whoopsie, go and adjust the mouths. He's more kind of, maybe do his eyes a little bit. Kind of that way. And then this guy, oh, and I hope this guy can, no, not merge visible, you twat, merge layers. This guy can be a fucking, oh, how'd you do that? What's the best, is it like that? No. Yeah, one of those. One of those boys. Because what he's just witnessed, spoiler alert for you guys, is a spaceship, shitting its pants and exploding. And so he's a little bit apprehensive to be on the next mission, along with his crewmates. Oh, when you swapped, you said, I hope no one gets annoyed by this, so Voxis memed you. Oh, okay. Fair. Right, helmet time. So I haven't actually looked at any astronaut helmets. I guess it doesn't matter really, they don't need to be accurate. They're fucking hot dog people after all. It's not going to shatter the verisimilitude. How do you say it? Verisimilitude. That's a filmy word. Verisimilitude of this particular scene. So it doesn't matter a lot. That I can just kind of draw them how I want to. I guess kind of put like a thread this way. Grocery creatures from outer space. I love this like epic music when I'm just doing some like just pretty simple like line drawing. Oh. Make the suit look like a hot dog bun and add ketchup and mustard patterns to it. I should do that. See, the thing is, the problem like I've kind of been toying around with in my mind is that the hot dog people, when they appear in my videos, wait, I'll just show you. Where can I find one quickly? Lol, doing anything quickly. Yeah, right. Characters? No. Scenes. So I'm just looking at trying to find an old scene from one of my videos with a hot dog person in, because the hot dog people already have buns as their like body. This is an old one. I think it might even be from my fucking first video. But this guy, the legit crit, he's a hot dog person, and they already have like buns as their body, and then the hot dog here. So I might be able to give them a kind of a bit of a shape in the clothing. This is the most epically mundane shit I've ever watched. Love it. Why, thank you. It's quite a contrapuntal sound is what that is, where you're using kind of a music or sound effects which aren't complementary to what's happening. So like if you've got like a happy song in a movie while something really drastic or dramatic or horrible is happening, like in Reservoir Dogs when Mr. Blonde cuts off the security guard, I think he is, or he's a policeman. He cuts off the kidnapped policeman's ear, and he's just like dancing and singing along to a happy song on the radio. Is it Stuck in the Middle? I think it is. That's an example of contrapuntal sound. Contrapuntal sound, which is what this is, where I'm playing really huge operatic, epic music to just do some like doodles. Yeah, I can do the colouring later. It's fucking boring. It's all white suit. So, now that we've had the educational portion of this live stream, do a little bit of cheating. Just fucking copy those, grab a warp, just whack a like slight warp on them, just so they don't look completely uniform. Because that's something that, like, even if you don't consciously notice, it's the human brain really is very good at noticing patterns. Even if you're not fully aware, it can sense that. So if I just mash them around a little bit, they'll at least look different from one another, and it won't be quite so jarring. So they're done. So what I'd consider doing is, because in my snack verse, all of the different space travel institutes can work together. Because I didn't want them all to be American astronauts, because I think that's a bit boring. So I figured I could do a couple different countries, maybe chuck a bit of a meme in there. So we need like a state's flag. Probably needs to be a bit darker than that. Although, to be fair, no, I don't need to go fucking ham with all the detail. Right, what's the quickest way to do this? guess just fucking... Does anyone know off the top of the head how many stripes there are? I should probably know, but it doesn't really matter for this because it's not going to be accurate. You just need to get the impression that it's the US flag, because I'm not going to... I want to, but I shouldn't draw it completely accurately. These are the kinds of things that I need to like resist to help speed up getting these videos done. So I'm just going to whack a couple bits on there. That does the job. People know what that is. Stripes for the colonies. Oh, okay, 13. So I got 13 red and 13 white, or 13 in total? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. Actually, wait, if I combine those, merge, do 11, 12, 13-ish. Still not enough. $11, 12, 13. 13 white, 13 red. Oh, tough shit. This'll do. Fuck's sake. At least there was an attempt. An attempt was made. Oh, bollocks. It's a problem working with like small pixels. Your colours end up getting really murky. Murky. Why am I bothering to do this? It's not important. Fuck's sake. Okay, right, that'll do. That's enough. It's enough from you. Right. Got another patch over here. Another patch over here. You deserve 800k subscribers, Cynic Snacks, because the amount of work you put into your videos is outstanding. Great work, I love it. That's quite a precise number, but I'd be extremely happy with that. That would be more than enough. Way too many. I think my goal, you know, all things going well, you know, i.e. my channel doesn't just get fucking deleted because of copper or some of the bullshit. All things going well, I hope to get to 100,000 in 2020. That's kind of my goal. I don't really know how I'm gonna get there. Hopefully, like, I'm doing bringing on a few like collaborations. Hopefully I can get featured on a few other people's channels, and that might boost me a little bit. But I've kind of completely accepted the fact that I'm probably not gonna get like a big video kickoff. It just seems like, because even earlier with my because there's certain parameters that you need to fall within in order for the algorithm to recommend you and your video to kind of take off and explode. And I've spoken to like people endlessly about it and trying to figure out exactly where it needs to be. And it's always about your click-through, well, currently about your click-through rate, like i.e. per impression that's served of your thumbnail, how many people actually click on it and watch the video, and then after that they factor in the watch time. So if you have a disengaged audience who stop watching, that's, you know, a negative factor. So you need good watch time and a good click-through rate. But I've had those, and my videos have still just done exactly the same as they did before. I just kind of feel like maybe I'm on a naughty list, maybe something aloof is happening. I don't know, but I've kind of accepted the fact that I'm not going to get a like runaway success with an upload. It's just gonna be a slow crawl as the channel kind of grows, but that's fine. It's just I need to put videos out more regularly. That's the thing, and with doing that, ultimately I'm just gonna have to sacrifice the quality a little bit. Obviously I'll avoid that if I can, but you know, if I'm just doing one video a month, that's only 12 videos a year max that I'm putting out. It's really not enough to appease the internet overlords, and like every video you upload is kind of a raffle ticket basically into the algorithm lottery, and I just my odds are very small, which is frustrating because I can tell, you know, you look at so many massive channels and their content, like I don't mean to cuss anyone, but it's just like a lot of it is very minimal effort stuff, and it is quite disheartening to see, you know, people doing pretty much fuck all and just being incredibly successful. It's frustrating. But whatever, like I can't do that. Like I would not be happy with my work, you know? Obviously I want to make it easier and I want to be able to produce things faster because I've got so many fucking shite things to talk about. And you know, I'm always out looking for new topics and stuff anyway, just to keep it kind of fresh and keep me up to date. And I've ordered a lot of movies that I want to get through, and that pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so I need to smash through them faster, literally, which is why I think you may have noticed I've been doing more kind of lists of stuff rather than individual movies, because like the first season of Junk Film Review, bar the worst of the year, they were all individual movies each time, which is fine. I like that. I like being able to focus a little bit on one specific topic, but it means getting through the topics is just going to take me forever, and I will never, there's not enough, I don't have enough time left in my life to do it at that rate, so I need to kind of like speed up the process regardless, even without thinking about, you know, the algorithm and the overlords and all that nonsense. Just simply finishing the tasks that I want to finish. Lawin says, I agree with Red Dog Dragon, the Isle of Man flag should be one. Right, how complicated is this flag? Isle of Man flag. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. I can try and do that. I don't know whether it's going to look correct. It looks very much like the Soviet flag. I'm sure people will automatically assume that it's that, but I'll do it. I only had 14 subscribers until I literally leaked a Steven Universe full intro before it was publicly available, and that's the only reason I now have 2k plus subs. Hey, any way you can, man. When I was at Cartoon Network, the Steven Universe team, I'm not saying this This is can I say it? Yeah, they they hate some of the fan base like really badly, because whenever they try and keep anything like secret or whatever, people always somehow get a hold of episodes and plot points before they're made public somehow, and they're always leaking it and talking about it in forums and like spoiling all the surprises, and it really pisses the team off. I worked with them on there's some kind of cross promotion that happened with Dove, and we had to create just like little like 2-3 minute webisode type things with the characters for like a Dove promotion, and that was stressful because we were doing it in Europe, the Middle East and Africa, so we had to have it translated and voiced by, I think it was like 32 different languages in 32 different countries, and just like finding the VO artists and getting to them to record the lines, and then, you know, I don't speak other languages, so whether their performance was good or not, I don't have a clue. Whether they pronounce the words correct or not, I don't have a clue. And trying to like do quality control of something in, you know, Russian is like, how am I supposed to know? Yeah. So basically, yeah, moral of the story is the creators hate you guys. I can say that, I think. Right. I should name my layers because I'm just fucking making my life so difficult. US flag. Some more riveting content from the Cynic Snacks YouTube channel. You can come watch me name the layers in my project. Helmet 01. Just realised I probably should have coloured the helmet before squashing it. Oh well. Oopsie doopsie poopsie. How's Goliath doing? Says Glass Barnacle. He's out roaming. He's not been home for quite a few days, but I don't even worry. He can handle himself. So now the little Air Force badge, which I'm tempted to make it a dick. Probably going to draw a dick. Okay, like a yellow, I guess. Maybe, so I kind of want like a, oh, that's gross, that looks disgusting. That's not yellow, you fucking blind idiot. Still looks green. That's a bit better, I guess. Kind of want like a threading type thing around the edge. That might be a little bit too thick. Looks like some fucking EU thing. Trim that down. Oop, shit. Cool, right. And then a bit of a darker black, darker blue even. A rocket ship. Oh. It's a rocket ship. That's clearly a rocket. Get your minds out of the gutter. You disgust me, you tramps, all of you. Never seen a better rocket in all of my time. Staring exclusively at penises. That's not copper friendly. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to distance myself from being considered child's content. Do you reckon I can kind of twist the narrative that if I include loads of like subtle sex references in my videos, that if they try and claim it's for children, I can try and claim that they're a paedophile? See, now herein lies the problem. What colour is this rocket? Need like a... He just drew 3 wieners in suits and he's worried people will think the badge looks like a penis. It's funny, but I don't think I'm feeling it, to be honest. Sorry boys and girls. Should I do a pizza slice? But then they're hot dog people. You see, like... Oh. Hey, Harlem. Good night, Harlem. Vagina rocket, then. No. It should be the NASA logo. That's the thing. This isn't NASA. In the Snackiverse. You know, the song's a bit fucking jarring, isn't it? Right, we need a different soundtrack. Ori and the Blind Forest. There we go. This is another brilliant game. Really feeling the kind of indie 2D platformer type things. That's not right. It's a little bit less jarring. Although, maybe do a 3 on that one. That'll do for now. I might fuck around with that later, and I guess I can just kind of warp this now. Oh no, I can't. It's like not circular enough. That'll do. I meant NASA should use the dick as their logo. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Right to them. NASA. Little pizza badges. Okay, so now, so he's going to be from the Isle of Man. We decided for some fucking reason. So, where's the third fella going to be from? I want to be careful this doesn't look like a fucking swastika as well. It's like 3 legs, I think. Kind of like... Oh, my brain. I think it looks like that. So where... Another guy from Sealand. What? See, I need... So what? Sealand? Is Sealand a place? Sealand. Sealand. Principality of Sealand. Principality of Sealand flag. Let's have a look. Flag. Oh man, that flag's fucking boring. I mean, I'll do it if you guys really want it. New Zealand. What? New Zealand? New Zealand. It is swastika. It's not a fucking swastika. It's the Isle of Man flag. You really need to brush up on your vexillology. Is that what it's called? Vexillology. Vexillology. The study of flags. Yes, correct. Add that to the vocab wall for the day. Oh shit. Vexillology. Probably spelt that wrong. But get to know. Kekistan. Nah, I'm not gonna go that deep. Oh, what on earth? What have I done? The layers are acting strange. Yeah, at a glance, people are definitely going to think that this is a Isle of Man flag. They're definitely going to think it's a some kind of Nazi thing. God, that flag is so stupid. Right. Oh, you fucker. Where is it? Yellow. If I can kind of get the like little yellow details. Oh no, that one's backwards. I thought it looked shit. Wait, is it? Knee. No, it's not. I think it just needs to kind of be adjusted a little bit, like this way. There we go. Isle of Man. Looks more like the word meaning the study of laughing at other people's annoyance. Vex, I lol, orgy. I read that as lol orgy. The swastika is an ancient symbol used by many civilizations throughout history. Yeah, it is a symbol of peace. Which is why, I'm getting to this rant again, but like, if that symbol, it still means peace in a lot of parts of the world. Like when I was traveling around Asia, because I'm such a cultured individual, there were still loads of places that use the swastika. You could buy like swastika earrings, necklaces. They'd have it up in like the temples and stuff. It's a symbol of peace, and that's what it's always meant to these cultures. And it was obviously the Nazis who took it and subverted it and bastardized it. But why can't we in the West reclaim, or at least resubvert, the meaning of that symbol? Because it's used now as a symbol of hate, and it affects people, and people use it to cause controversy and upset. Why can't we refranchise the swastika? Make it pink, make it rainbow gradient, change it, but steal the shape and make it mean something different again, and take the power away from the hate that it inspired, you know? Maybe I'm being very short-sighted. Maybe oh, but all the people that were hurt, yeah, I get it, it's fucking dreadful, but we shouldn't then continue to allow this symbol to cause further pain and upset, you know? Change it again. Why not? Isle of Man flag. Right, what have we decided on this third one? Bangladesh. Maybe? Is the Bangladesh flag? It's like green, I think? Bangladesh flag. Maybe I'm picturing the wrong... Yeah, it's like green with a red dot. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do Bangladesh. Gotta be careful, because this red and green are gonna clash really nastily. Might need to like mute that more. Lots of reds and greens do not mix nicely. Cool. So we've got our 3 astronauts. Now, not New Zealand. New Zealand doesn't exist. I just looked it up. It's not real. Bangladesh flag. So now, I want to give them... This is going to get us in trouble, isn't it, guys? And now we're all going to be fucking being meme lords. They need little name badges, don't they? So we can have maybe a first initial and a surname, or just a surname. I guess it's just a surname for like military. Is it kind of military, I guess? But yeah, we got an American guy, an Isle of Man, and a Bangladesh dash. Let's get some names going. Also, why would a hot dog come from the Isle of Man? Wouldn't it be the Isle of Hot Dog? Yeah, I don't know. I really should have sat down for years and figured out all the lore of the channel before. I'm just kind of winging it, pretty much. Like, there's some basic rules that I stick to in terms of characters and what they look like and stuff, but I haven't really thought too hard about it, which is probably gonna end up causing all kinds of contradictions in the lore, probably already now. So what names have we got? Tonald for one of the names, for sure. Tonald. There he is. Nice. What else we got? IC Wiener. For fuck's sake. IP Freely. IC Wiener. IMA Wiener. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be enough room for IMA Wiener, but we might be able to just squeeze in IC Wiener. I'll try. Is that the right badge? Have I done the right thing? Yeah. So this is badge 2. Something Wong. That's a drag queen. Alan, because he's in the middle. Ah, yes. Absolutely fucking spot on. Call the 3 astronauts Paul, Joseph and Watson. Oh man. I want to honour your suggestion because you've contributed. I can put PJW or PJ Watson, I guess, on one of them. Sorry, whoever suggested IC Wiener, you've been trumped because of the laws of capitalism. Welcome to the West, I guess. I don't want to do this because it's venturing into the political, and I do feel kind of shitty about it. Plus, he's American as well. Fuck's sake. Compromise for money. Well, no, it's not that. It's just I feel bad if someone's gonna make a suggestion but also put in a super chat. I kind of feel like I have to honour it. I just like Paul Joseph Watson is all right, I guess. He's entertaining, but I don't really agree with a lot of what he says. Sometimes he makes sense, and most of the time he'll make me laugh, but put me in a pickle. Whatever. Fuck it. Right. Well, this drawing's pretty much done now, isn't it? The rest of it's kind of would be boring. Because it's just like drawing the sleeves and the suits and colouring it in. Do you want me to move on to the next bit? Or... yeah, I'm not... nah, it's done. Astronauts, done. I'm not going to do that one today. Or am I? Might take a bit long. And that's not a very interesting drawing either. So I've got this one here, which is the rocket shitting its little rockety pants and then exploding. Maybe I should... I don't know if I can be... This is just going to be like a sky and some mountains, a big open space, and then just like a little rocket guy. It's not massively interesting. I might quickly flick through my script and see if there's another shot that I can do. What do you guys think? Bye, Red Dog Dragon. Might just doodle. Should probably save. Whoops. What's that? A scribble. Let's just doodle something for a minute. I'm probably gonna bail pretty soon. I'm starting to feel pretty tired, and I've got to get up tomorrow. I've got a whole video to edit for Mr. James Marriott tomorrow. Just trying to think, there must be something that I need to draw. There's so many. Wait, let me just quickly go through my script. Hello, over 13-year-olds, and welcome to another fantastic video that's not intended for children. We all just die in some sort of unrelated apocalyptic catastrophe. Ooh, I do need to draw a crude animation of... Yeah, I'm gonna... yeah. Fuck it, let's just doodle for a bit. Draw something... some absolute bullshit thing that doesn't... it's just not consequential. Draw gay Stalin, please. No. Draw Peppa Pig getting spit roasted over an open flame. What's Peppa Pig look like? Isn't it just like that? Just absolute shite. Okay, right. I'm going to incorporate that into what I was already drawing. somehow. Shrink that down. Brains are spilling out. And then I guess his nose and his nipples can be like a spit. This is just sketch, by the way, guys, don't worry. I may choose to improve upon this slightly. And then pepper. Yeah, I'll bail soon, I think. Shit. Drawing on the wrong layer. That was a fucking great idea, wasn't it? Actually, I want his eyes to bulge. Is that a gimp? Quite possibly. No. Are you drawing on a gimp? Oh, no. This is Photoshop. Probably not the best tool for what I do, but it's the one that I'm most familiar with. What about Illustrator? Yeah, I'm like, I'd say I'm intermediate with like my Illustrator use. I just don't like the way it handles layers and stuff. Because I think the way you do it in Photoshop is a bit, it makes more sense to me in my head in how you create something in a way you would physically create something kind of in real life with like paper and pens and like layering things, whereas the way Illustrator handles stuff is a bit not quite as intuitive to me. And like I'll use it if I'm doing vector based stuff, but if I'm doing like hand drawn stuff, I'll use Photoshop just because I'm just more comfortable with the way it works and with the tools. So yeah, if I was making like a logo or doing like a infographic or something, or like something for print, I'd do it in Illustrator. But yeah, I just prefer the way Photoshop processes and handles things. Especially if you want to like, I work with textures quite a bit. Using textures in Illustrator is just not a fucking, it's just a recipe for disaster. Another thing that I do that's like a massive waste of time is like, rather than making a brush preset so that you get like a nice kind of gradual flick on your lines, you can kind of make a brush do that. You kind of draw your own brush shape like that and then apply it and blah blah blah. I used to do that and it just frustrated me, so I do it all manually. Like I'll draw a line and then I work my own like tapers into the line with an eraser. And like on the one-off, not a big deal, but when you're doing it for every single line that you draw, it does kind of like add up into the amount of time you spend. I really do not help myself. Fucker. No. No. Fuck off. There we go. I'm crushed. Have a good day / night, everyone. Thanks, Cynic Snacks, says the French. Thank you. Oh. I think that's what pepper looks like anyway. It's like, just like a fucking whistle. That and like that? No. Does she have an eye? I don't fucking know. Looks so shit. Oh dear. Oh, but yes, it's 2 a.m. I'm gonna have to bail and go to bed. I'm getting dumber and crapper literally by the second. And my tummy is starting to rumble, which means I'm tired. See, normally, like, when it gets to this kind of time, I'll get hungry, and then I'll make the mistake of eating something, and then that just, like, wakes me up. And then I end up awake until fucking 5 AM. It's just not a good plan. Bit of dribble. I mean, this is getting there, but yeah, I'm sorry I didn't finish anything. Got most of my set done, which is good. That's good progress. That's bullshit that doesn't need doing. I'll do that tomorrow. Astronaut's looking cool. Bit upset about that name, but I'll just have to get over it. And then if I ever finish this, I'll probably just feature a flash frame of it randomly in a video somewhere. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. But yeah, thanks for joining me, chilling, giving me some ideas, helping me out. It's very much appreciated. And hopefully, what's the date? The 21st. I'm going to try and get this next video done by the end of the month. So I've got like 9 days. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I'll be able to do it. Got 9 days to finish it. It's in a decent place, I think. I'm going to have to smash a lot of stuff up. But yeah, I've already, like, the whole script's done, the voiceover's done. Just need to maybe spend a couple more days drawing and animating some stuff, and then do the main edit of the footage. Yeah, it's quite a realistic, achievable, I reckon. Because in the meantime, I've got a few other drawings to do, and got like 2 or 3 videos to edit for James, which should be fine. I think someone actually commented earlier. I can't remember whether it was a super chat or whether it was just a tagged like comment, but they were saying about am I doing commissions? Yeah, I am. I've been doing. Where is he? So I don't do a lot of them. I just kind of, if I have time and I can, I'll pick up the odd one here and there. But I just did this lovely little picture for Fairy Joker. He gave me a couple of kind of reference points to draw from, and kind of chose a particular palette for the drawing. So I did that one. I guess if you are interested and you would like something doing, I did this one for Doplex, my boy. But yeah, if you're interested and you like something doing, I guess just kind of drop me a DM on like Discord or Twitter or something. I did this one as well for Rocket Ralph. He wanted like a boogly Persian. Yeah, I do like could do like digital pieces, or I do like actual paintings as well on canvas. I've done one of those so far. I can't really show you that, I don't have an image of it on here. But yeah, if anyone wants like a digital bit doing, or has an idea of something they want doing, just like drop me a DM or something. I don't really like announce that my commissions are open at all, because I don't want to get swamped down with stuff, but if any of you guys want anything, I'll do it. But yes, goodbye.